KG, we've all heard of big Hollywood stars who come from improv comedy backgrounds.
That's right. Melissa McCarthy, Keegan-Michael Key, Stephen Colbert, Amy Poehler. That's just for starters.
But here's what you might not know. The skills you learn from improv can improve your life no matter what you do. Why we should all take an improv class. It's our featured story at the top of the list.
That's impossible.
That's impossible.
Ugh, you're such a dweeb.
You probably recognize actor Mark Evan Jackson from shows such as Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
But a dirtbag is a useful part of a vacuum. I don't see how it's an insult.
Parks and Recreation.
Check the accountant crap at the door.
And The Good Place.
I don't want just any wasp nostrils. I want these wasp nostrils.
But when he's not being hilarious for a national audience,
This is legally called wine drink.
he's pouring his passion into his nonprofit, the Detroit Creativity Project, which teaches the art of improvisation to students.
Who are all these people? Where did you come from?
They see the fun that their classmates are having, and then the earbuds come out and the hoods come down, and they put down their phone and they start paying more attention, and they get involved.
It's helping students.
It's improved attendance, it's improved test scores, and there's been a 40% reduction in social anxiety, social phobia, and depression.
And it can help you, too.
No matter what your age is, what your educational background is, what you do for a living, what you hope to do for a living, everyone on the planet should improvise.
We're writing down the benefits of improv. For starters, it makes you a better listener.
A lot of the time in conversation, people are waiting to say their part, and they're not really listening to what you have to say.
But really listening is crucial to improvisation because
One of the biggest tenets of improv is called yes and. It means that you have to agree with what's going on and accept it, and add to it.
so if a scene partner says you're on Mars, you have to build on that reality by saying something like, yeah, and there's the Starbucks.
In improv, all you have is what the other person is saying, so you have to listen to it.
And that deep listening makes you more empathetic.
Because in order to succeed, you have to see things from their perspective. Otherwise, it's just an argument, and the scene won't go anywhere.
Any kind of acting requires you to play the role of someone else, but improv goes even further. You have to accept reality as it's presented to you by any of your scene partners.
So what it teaches you is to accept more than you would in real life. And a lot of that moves into your real life. Improv teaches you to ask questions and to be curious. Then you no longer are saying, cool, thank you, please don't tell me anything more. You're saying, I don't know anything about that. Tell me everything. So it teaches perspective and it teaches empathy. And it makes you curious, which makes your life a lot better.
Next, improv teaches you to face risk with a sense of play.
I mean, you're making stuff up out of nowhere, and a lot of it's not going to work. And you realize that failure is not a lasting condition. Failure on an improv stage is not fatal.
And some of those risks result in laughs, which are simply thrilling to receive.
You'll make the best friends of your life because you are learning something new, and you'll be vulnerable, and you'll learn to embrace how silly it is. It's just fun.
So go ahead, find a class.
Most cities have at least a small improv community these days, and most of those improv communities have a training center where they will welcome you in to take classes, sometimes just a workshop. And Google improv classes near me. I promise you, it will change your life.
The benefits of improv are at the top of the list.